EWTN News contributor Alberto Fernandez, who recently penned a commentary on the situation with Iran in the National Catholic Register. Alberto, thank you so much for joining us. Since the U.S. strikes in Iran over the weekend, there has been a lot of talk about a war with Iran. But in your piece, you quote a former staffer of Presidents Bill Clinton and Joe Biden as saying Iran has been at war with the United States for 46 years. Can you explain what she means?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. The revolution of 1979, Iran is a revolutionary regime in confrontation with the United States. And since the invasion of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran in 1979, to the attacks on the American embassies in Kuwait and Lebanon, the Marines in Lebanon, the Khobar Towers in Saudi Arabia, there was a direct conflict in 1988 between the Reagan administration and Iran. The U.S. Navy sank most of the Iranian Navy in 1988, and Iran backed down. After President Trump killed Qasem Soleimani in 2020, Iran backed down. So there's a long history of kinetic action or violence or war or terrorism from the Iranian side, and obviously strong reprisals and responses from the U.S. as well throughout the decades.
There's a different threshold and tolerance in terms of force in the region, or so it seems. How would you say the U.S. strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities differ than these previous interventions you've described?
Well, it's certainly more important. So in 1988, as I said, there was direct fighting between the U.S. Navy and the Iranian Navy. But this was at sea off the coast of Iran. These were airstrikes inside Iran on the crown jewels of the Iranian nuclear program. So that is a kind of a higher level of action within the context of everything that's happened over the last 40-odd years.
Well, you said that American administrations have been so adamant about Iran not acquiring nuclear weapons and that it's not just about Israel. What else is involved here?
Well, it's nuclear proliferation. Many countries in the region have made it clear to the Americans that if Iran gets a bomb, they will do so. So it's not just merely saying, oh, it's Israel and it's Iran. Iran gets a bomb, maybe it won't use it. Saudi Arabia will want to be able to defend itself. Turkey will be able to defend itself, will want to defend itself. Maybe Egypt, maybe others. So it's the fear of nuclear proliferation and a kind of a reignited arms race, which is a huge concern for the United States, which has nothing at all to do with Israel.
The media hasn't talked about religion very often when talking about this conflict. How does that factor into it?
Well, it factors into it in many strange and fascinating ways. Much of the Sunni Arab Muslim world has been either quietly or openly cheering the actions of Israel against Iran. You see big-time online influencers, say from Syria, with hundreds of thousands of followers, mocking the killing of Iranian generals. They'll write their names and they'll say, General so-and-so, the slaughterer of Syrian women and children, is now dead. So the religious factor, we think of Israeli Jews versus Iranian Muslims, but it's actually Sunni Shia as well, and many other permutations as well, Christian Muslim as well.
Well, Alberto, we'll be looking to you for more analysis as this conflict continues. Thank you so much.
Thank you.